بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. السلام عليكم my sons and daughters ورحمة الله وبركاته. عظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم on this martyrdom of Imam Zain al-Abidin عليه الصلاة والسلام. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Inshallah, we're going to continue. Our lesson might be a bit short today because we have the Shahadat event. So, inshallah, let's see whatever we can cover today by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, we were discussing about someone having two types of property, two types of wealth, two types of things which have values. One of those, he can live without it. So we said that then you sell that, because having two houses, for example, one is $10,000 and one you are living in, and then you have a job, you have income, you have everything. So this $10,000 house is extra. That means if it was not there, you would have had $10,000 money in the form of cash. So that's why he says that then sell it. If you are not in need of it, if you sell it in a proper price, not it is too rude for you, okay, it's like too down, like in loss. So if it is not selling in extreme loss, so sell that and go for Hajj. See? So إذا كان عنده مال لا يجب بيعه في سبيل الحج لحاجته إليه. So we said that if he has a wealth, that means wealth means mal. Wealth means anything which has value, not just money. So mal لا يجب بيعه في سبيل الحج لحاجته إليه. He needs that wealth, he needs that money, he needs that property, he needs that thing. ثم استغنى عنه. He was in need, but now he is not in need. His loan has been paid, everything is done. So now that wealth which he had, whether property, whether his children, they got married. So now the house is empty, which he had, or no, he had a place where he used to go and do his exercise or whatsoever. Now he's old, he cannot perform exercise. For example, something he was in need of it before, now he's not in need of that thing. وجب عليه الذهاب إلى الحج. Then it becomes obligatory upon him to go for Hajj. ولو ببيعه, even by selling that house. وصرف ثمنه, and to spend that the money of it, the amount of it which he gained after selling it, في نفقة الحج, in the expenses of Hajj. So this is the ruling. Now you can apply it on anything. The example he chooses is مثلا إذا كانت للمرأة حي. That means if a lady, she had jewelries, تحتاج إليه. We said it's not haram to have jewelries. It's not haram to have Rolex. It's not haram to have Tesla. It's not haram to have things which are suitable for your status. So if something is there which is suitable for your status, it's not haram to have it. You can have it. And people like your type in the community, they have it. Okay? We'll not say you sell your Tesla and buy a Toyota or something like that. No, you are a business owner. You are, like we mentioned about the economy class and the first class. So she needs this jewelry because her type, like let's say she is a young married woman and she likes to wear jewelries, you see. So she needs them for her beautification. Obviously halal beautification, in front of the women, in front of her husband, in front of her children, in front of her arham family members. وَلَا بُدَّ لَهَا مِنْهُ. She needs them. But after some time she became old. That freshness got expired. Okay. Nowadays, some of the old women, they are worse than young women. They pack themselves with gold in a way that they're gold sellers. So ثم استغنت عنه. Then she is not in need of it. لِكِبَرِهَا, she became now elderly age. She became old. أو لأمر آخر, or any reason. Any reason. She lost that desire to beautify herself, and that kind of thing is not there anymore. So it's just there. وجب عليها أداء فريضة الحج. It becomes obligatory upon her to perform the Hajj, obligation of Hajj. ولو توقف ذلك على بيعها. Even if she had to sell that and go for Hajj, she has to do that. So this gives us the general mas'ala that if she had or he had something, wealth, property, anything he owns, which has value, and he needed that thing, but after some time he became not in need of that thing, then he must sell it and go for Hajj. Now he gives another scenario. Now these few rulings are a few examples applied on that concept which he mentioned. إذا كانت له دار مملوكة, he has property, he owns a property. وبيده دار أخرى يمكنه السكن فيها. He has another house. He can stay in it. He can live in it. So he has two houses. One he owns and one he doesn't own, but it is for him for any reasons. Somebody gave him, just stay in it for 5 years. I will not charge you anything. I will not take anything from you. So it's not his, but he has been given the permission to stay in it for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, for as long as he can. There is a kind of agreement between them to stay just in it. For example, he says, كما إذا كانت موقوفة تنطبق عليه. A house which was waqf. Now waqf could be general and specific. In the rulings of waqf, general and specific. How is this waqf general and specific? Please, can you tell us? Inshallah. General, somebody endows or somebody dedicates his property or his wealth or something for a general group of people. Like, for example, I'm dedicating, for example, my flat. The income of this flat is for the poor people. What does that mean? That means whatever income generates this flat is going to be given to poor. Can you specify what type of poor? Chinese, Lebanese, Mayonnaise, Pakinese, what kind of ease? Like, what is there any nationality? Is there any type of poor? Knowledgeable, non-knowledgeable, scholarly, non-scholarly, this, that? No. Anyone who's poor, you can give them from this money. Or the waqf was, he can stay in this house. General, no specific, general title, anyone who falls under this general title. Another general title for the Hausa students. I've dedicated, for example, this flat for the Hausa students. So anyone who has the title of Hausa student, he can stay there, whether he is a Indian, Pakistani, Arab, or whatever nationality, or whatever, or Hausa student rich or Hausa student poor, doesn't matter. He's Hausa student because he wants thawab. The guy wants thawab. So even if a rich Hausa student will come and stay, the more he studies, the guy who dedicated, he will get thawab his entire life, whatever does, whatever lesson, whatever. So that is something good for his akhirat. So he said, so regardless, even if that Hausa student is rich, or no, for certain specific, or a widow, for example, who husband dies and she doesn't have anything to go, or an elder. So a general title. This is called a general waqf. Okay, this is general waqf. Then we have a specific waqf. Specific waqf, it's specified to a certain family. So, for example, I'm dedicating this flat. Anyone poor from the family, from my family, for example. So not any poor person can live in that flat. Not any poor person can benefit from the earning of that flat. It has to be from the family of masters. Okay, that's it. master family person. So if he's non-master, no, sorry, it's dedicated. Many people, they don't understand that this waqf. So they say, how is it like if somebody is dying, Baba, the guy dedicated is like a partial ownership kind of thing. You see, he can't just anyone comes. No, or house a student from Kimji family, this family, Zaitar family, or Dabaj or Bazzi family, whatever family, or Hassuni family. So this flat is dedicated for the houses, be it rich, poor, doesn't matter. So this is a specific waqf. This is a general waqf. So if somebody has a house, okay, owned, and then he had another option to stay also. For example, he had a house. It was waqf. It was endowed in a way that the application of the endowment would be fall upon this person. That means he could stay in it. If the house was for poor, he was poor. If the house was for this family, he's from this family. Be it specific waqf, general waqf, the endowment was applicable upon him. Okay. So what does that mean? He doesn't need, he's not in need of this house because waqf cannot be sold. Waqf is locked property until the day of judgment. So you cannot change the waqf. Yes, there's something which is called habs, okay, or something like that. You dedicate it for a permanent marriage, temporary marriage. Permanent ownership, like selling. Temporary ownership, like renting out something. So in Islam, many contracts are temporary and permanent. So waqf also could be temporary, which has another name, and it could be permanent. So temporary waqf, for 10 years, you and your family, anyone can stay here. Or for 10 years, I'm going to dedicate this house for Hausa students. Anyone Hausa student. And he was a Hausa student. Or for 10 years, I'm going to dedicate this house for poor people. Obviously, we can't consider here poor because he has a house. So we'll consider Hausa student or some family waqf. Anyhow, so he's not in need for that house. He was in need, but now he has another alternative thing which could fulfill his need. فإن كان صرف ذلك المال في الحج موجبا لوقوعه في الحرج لم يجب عليه. So this wealth, this extra house, is ownership. So let's say this extra house he owns. If this extra house he owns, if he needs it, and by selling this house, he is going to be in a very difficult position, he doesn't need to sell this extra house. But if he is not going to be in a difficult position, then it is obligatory upon this person to sell his house and go for Hajj. So you see that the scenario is same. Sayyidi Sistani is repeating the scenario. So what does Sayyidi Sistani Damadullah says? He says, if you have two things, one you own and one alternative thing which you don't own. However, if you use it, then this owned thing can be an extra thing. Be it a house, be it a wealth, be it a gold, be it whatever. It can be extra. So if by selling that, you are not going to be in a difficult condition, you are not going to cause yourself in a difficult or hardship position, then you have to sell. Otherwise, you don't have to sell. How? Because yes, you have that house, but maybe this house is waqf. So tomorrow some other people come and there are some conditions for this waqf. There are some priorities. So if somebody else comes, he's more in need. Let's say this house was waqf for Hausa students, needy Hausa students, okay? At some time you need it, and now still you need. So you have a house and you have this waqf house which you are staying in it. So that's extra. However, someone else who is more needier comes and wants to stay in this house, then you will have to say ma'as salama and get out of that house. What will you do then? You sold your house for Hajj. Now, I know spiritual people will say, Allah Kareem, he did it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah barak fi, kattir khair, whatever. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want you. If you are not spiritual, you don't want to impose the spirituality on you. So just let people think realistically. If he thinks that, no, if I'm going to stay in this waqf house, tomorrow someone more needier will come and I will have to get out of this waqf, then what will I do? I sold my house. I can't stay in this. I'm now on the streets. And that is what Islam doesn't want you to be in that condition. ما جعل الله عليكم في الدين من حرج. In the context of this verse, that a religion has not been made a cause of difficulty and hardship upon you. And then we are going to take this last ruling and we'll continue bi'idhnillahi ta'ala tomorrow. So ruling number 26. Ruling number 26. إذا كان ما يملكه دينا على ذمة شخص وكان محتاجا إليه في تمام نفقة الحج أو في بعضها فإن كان الدين حالا والمدين باذلا عد مستطيعا. I was mentioning this ruling yesterday in a ruling of khums. So let's say I own money, but I have given someone as a loan. What does that mean? And loan that I've told him, he said, I'll give you after 2 years. So until 2 years, it's not in my hand. Let's say I got my salary, I gave it to somebody to use it. So, and I told him return after, he said, after 2 years. I said, okay, after 2 years. So now your khums date comes. So should I pay the khums of the money, which is not in my hand and it's used by my friend? No. It's not in your hand. Once it comes in your hand and your date of khums comes in, then you will have to pay the khums of it. Yes, it's your property and it's from your salary, which you did not pay the khums, which was not obligated to pay. And somebody came and you gave him. Now let's say, so now there's no khums. But let's say you gave somebody money and this guy brings the money before your date of khums. You can say, no, come next day, come next month. Don't give me now. Don't give me now, because I'll have to pay the khums of it. Then you have to pay the khums of it. That's what Sayyidi Sistani says. وَكَانَ بَاذِلًا. He's giving you your money back, okay? He's giving you, pay the khums. So why, if I have money and it is in the hand of somebody and he's using it, okay? Why is it not obligatory upon me to pay the khums of that? Because it's not under your conduct. You cannot use it. It's not under your control, okay? And maybe like nowadays, people, they take loan money and they disappear. Like qard hasana. Somebody says, I want qard hasana. I said, what is the meaning of qard hasana? He said that I take a loan and I don't give you back. I said, that's crazy, hasana. What kind of qard is this? Qard al-hasana is no, you return it. There's no interest on it. There's no riba on it. Not you forget about it and qad hasana. There's now a new mode of qard hasana definition. These scams and spammers they have made. Give me qard hasana. Okay, you think your definition of qard hasana is qard I'm giving a loan which is going to be given back. Hasana means you're going to please God. You're not going to charge interest. Hasana means you're going to please God. You're going to give him flexible time. Hasana means you're going to give him flexible installment. You're going to bestow favor upon him, but it's still a qard. He has to return it. So no, qard hasana that I don't have to return. That's not qard hasana, sorry. So nowadays people, they have like, so you kiss your money goodbye. If people like these come and ask qard hasana, they never want to pay you back. That's, so where will you pay the khums? Something which is gone. So, but anyhow, the whole idea is that because it is not in your hand, because you can't take the money and pay the khums of it, so you don't have to pay the khums of that money. So this is same thing here, Sayyidi Sistani Damadullah is saying in the ruling of Hajj. So ruling number 26, I'll not be able to continue because I have a majlis, so I'll stop until the full stop period. إذا كان ما يملكه دينا على ذمة شخص. If whatever I have, it's not in my hand. I've given it loan to somebody else in their responsibility. Dhimmati shakhs, that means they have to return it to me. So then I have money, it is loan on somebody else's shoulder. It's not in my hand. وكان محتاجا في تمام نفقة الحج أو بعضها. I need that money because if it is in my hand, I could go for Hajj. Okay, that money, $10,000, is enough for me to go for Hajj. وكان محتاجا إليه في تمام نفقة الحج أو في بعضها. In the entire expense I need that money for the entire expenses of Hajj or part of it. Okay, say this Sistani says, hold on. You told him that whenever I need, you must give me back? Or you told him that, no, you give me back after 2 years. So this year, he can't give you, he's not supposed to give you back because the agreement is not that. But if it was set to be returned this time, okay, like now I have to go after 3 months for Hajj or 2 months. فإن كان الدين حالا, okay, the time of loan is set, he has to give me back. Another thing, وَالْمَدِينُ بَاذِلًا, and the one who took the loan, he can give you back, and he is going to give you back. Okay, you can't tell him, no, don't give me back, don't, otherwise Hajj will become wajib on me, keep it 1 more year. You can't say like that. If he gives you and you still have the time to arrange for Hajj, Hajj becomes obligatory upon you. وَجَبَ أَدَى عَلَيْهِ أَدَاءُ الْحَجِّ. 2 conditions. The time is set for the return, and the one who took the money is willing to give you back. He has the money. He wants to give you back. He brought you the money. He said, no. So no, you take the money, and it is obligatory upon you to go for Hajj. So your first Hajj. وَوَجَبَ عَلَيْهِ أَدَاءُ الْحَجِّ. Let's say he forgot the one whom you give. The time is set. He is able to remind him. وَلَوْ بِمُطَالَبَةِ دَيْنِهِ, even by asking, because the time is set and money is available. Get it from him. Go for Hajj. This was for today, inshallah. I will not be able to give the Quran session today because I have a